Hi again, this is Spira, and believe it or not, I have even more ways to regulate your nervous system. Stick around and I will be right back. Hi again. So this is my third video about how to regulate your nervous system. The truth is that I have a very long list and I want to be able to share all of them with you. So we ended at number 10 in the last video. I want to jump right in and start at number 11. Number 11 is very simple and maybe one of the most simple, but it's really just letting out a sigh. This has a similar effect to diaphragmatic breathing, chanting, humming, all of those things where your exhale becomes longer than your inhale. And sighing is really easy, and it's similar to the one after this, which is going to be laughing. Oh boy, there we go. So sighing, you're just going to take a deep breath. So maybe you don't even have to make a noise. Maybe it could just be a big long sigh without a breath, without a noise. That's it. It's so easy. Oh my God. Try it and let me know what you think. But that is going to jump into the next one. We'll call it number 12, which is laughing a nice, long, hard belly laugh. Again, we're talking about the diaphragm area, and this is where the vagus nerve goes by, right? And so this, doing a lot of diaphragmatic work is a great help to the nervous system. So big, huge belly laughs where you go like this. Big breath. Okay, I know this probably looks kind of silly. But you know what? There's a thing called laughing yoga, and if I'm not mistaken, I think laughing yoga was invented in India, actually. I don't think it's an American thing, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, laughing yoga, at first when I thought of it, I thought it seemed a little bit silly. I've never done it. I've never gotten with a group of people. But I can't help but think that somewhere along the line, someone understood the science of laughing and how good laughing can make you feel. Now, it could have been just a coincidence, but the interesting tidbit of that is that there is a scientific reason why it works. So I don't think you have to get together with a group necessarily. Maybe just put in a really funny movie and let yourself laugh really hard from your gut, from your belly, and enjoy it and just see how good you feel. Try that one out. Number 13 is acupuncture. One of the things that I noticed, even the first time that I did acupuncture, was how incredibly relaxed I felt within a few minutes. In fact, the first time I had acupuncture, it was actually kind of dramatic. And I don't want to exaggerate, but at first, when she put all the needles in, as soon as she finished, I actually had a huge emotional release. My body was trembling, and I was crying a bit, and just kind of, I don't know, it was like all this energy was stuck and was getting out. It was really unforgettable. I mean, it was not just palpable, it was real. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. I was literally shaking and trembling and all of this like crying, and then all of a sudden everything started to calm down. Down, 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 down. And all of a sudden I came to this place where it was like this really nice, smooth baseline feeling. And I started to feel a pulsation, and that pulsation was kind of going in circles, almost like my body was a circuit, if that makes any sense. And it was literally just going up and down, up one side, down the other, and it felt like the circuit was complete. I have no explanation for this. I have no science behind this, but it works. And I really felt so renewed afterwards. I still go to acupuncture. I don't go as much as I would like to. And of course, these days with the pandemic, we've had to kind of slow down our visits, actually stop our visits, and they should be opening back up again soon. But I'm ready, you know, and if you think you can't afford acupuncture, I can sincerely recommend what they call community acupuncture. And that's how they do it in China. So you have a room and there are about, 10 chairs or whatever, and maybe even a couple of massage tables. And so they treat a lot of people at once, and so it brings the cost way, way down, and it makes it a lot more affordable. You can literally go get acupuncture for $25 depending on where you live. I think that's really, really reasonable. That's my personal opinion, of course. I think it's reasonable. It's a lot more reasonable than, say, $100, which is what some people charge, and some people charge even more for one visit. So check it out if you haven't tried it before. It's lovely. It's not something that you can do by yourself every day, although I think some people might. But anyway, it's still on the list because it's really good and it's effective and it works. Number 14 is running your fingers over your lips. Now, I know a lot of these sound a little weird, right? But this is really interesting because apparently there are a lot of nerve endings here that connect to the vagus nerve. So you'd really just touch them lightly, and maybe just for a minute or two, try it out and see if it works. I've definitely found it to be calming, and also that's one of those things that I feel like you could do in sort of a crowded room if you needed to. No one would really wonder, I hope. I mean, maybe you could sit there and pretend you're thinking, and just kind of rub your lips just lightly and see what happens. Try it out and you might like it. Number 15 is what we call a butterfly hug. Basically, this is another, again, so easy. You just put your hands, cross your arms, and you can simply, gently, just rub your own arms, caress your own arms. Now, it looks like you're hugging yourself, it feels like you're hugging yourself, and in a lot of ways you really are, but there is something to this. And if you really want to give this an extra boost, this is also a technique used in EMDR. What you can do is also close your eyes. Well, you don't have to close them, but you can look down or something. It's easier if they're closed. And just have some imagery in your mind. Take yourself to a place that is really calming and safe and beautiful. I always pick the ocean. That's my first choice. The forest is my second. But I always pick the ocean. And just close your eyes and imagine yourself there and imagine yourself feeling really happy. You could also take yourself maybe to a place that you've been to before, and that you're creating this, you're going back to this past memory that was really safe and comforting. And that's a nice way to, by doing this with your arms, you're sort of embedding it as a positive memory, so that any time that you are feeling super stressed and anxious, you can just go back to it. Just go back to it and keep doing it. It's lovely. Number 16 is one that you would have to be a little bit gentle with, but that's just to massage your neck. So as I said, the vagus nerve is sort of behind the ears, right? And you can get back here and you can go even further and just give yourself a nice little neck massage. Be gentle though, because you do have nerves and arteries and veins and things like that. So you just want to be careful. And just go gentle, nice little massage, even in the base of the spine maybe, in the back, behind the ears. We do hold tension there anyway, so a little massage might just bring you to resetting your nervous system and a little extra relaxation. Number 17 is using imagery. So I earlier just mentioned to imagine yourself in a beautiful place and do the butterfly hug with your arms. This one is similar, just a slight variation. So what you're going to do with this one is you're going to include all of your senses in this sort of imaginary, I don't know if I'd call it a meditation, maybe you could call it that, but anyway, you'll just get comfortable maybe lay down or sit in a comfortable chair, close your eyes, make sure you're in a safe place so that you can fully relax. And then you'll just imagine yourself in a beautiful place again, like I mentioned. But this time, imagine, think about what you can see. Really look around this space, regardless of whether it's real or not. The brain doesn't actually know, just so you know, whether something that you see is imagined or not. So you can just imagine yourself. It's called a visualization. I don't know why I missed that word, but it's a visualization. So you just imagine yourself in this place. Just imagine all the things you can see, every detail that you can possibly bring your awareness to. And then think about the things that you can smell. Anything. So if you're at the ocean, can you imagine what it smells like at the ocean? Sometimes we can smell some of the seaweed, sometimes we can smell just the salty air. There are different things. And maybe in your visualization, if you're not that far from other humans, maybe you'll smell other things like people cooking, barbecuing, or whatever. Who knows? So try using that sense, and then think about, the wind, the breeze on your skin, your sense of touch. You can think about maybe being in the water, what the water feels like on your skin. So I think you get the idea, and then go into taste and hearing. Just go through all of the senses and just take your time with it. And before you know it, you'll have calmed down without even realizing it. And all of a sudden you come out of it and you're like, wow, I feel amazing. So give that one a try. Number 18 is laying on your right side. Now there is science behind this one, and I don't think I remember how to explain it very well, but I think there's like more nerve bundles on this side for some reason when you lay a certain way, and it has something to do with the organs that are on this side. So maybe it's because your liver can kind of lean over and stimulate the vagus nerve in that way. But yeah, it's really easy, so maybe just try laying on your right side, and if you want to really give it a boost, call your dog or cat over, lay on your right side, and have a cuddle session. So you can combine some of these techniques with other ones and see if that works for you. Number 19, and to be honest, I'm not sure, I think I lost count. I might still be on 19. If I'm not, forgive me. Tai Chi. If you've ever heard of Tai Chi or even Qigong, you'll know that both of those activities are all about using our energy. Now, we are made of energy. That is science, okay? And what this does, and yoga does this to a degree as well, it just kind of helps you tap into it. So in Sanskrit, that energy is called prana. So what it is your life force, right? And in Chinese, it's called qi, which is why we have Tai Chi and Qigong as well. And in Japanese, it's ki. So if you've heard of the word Reiki, that's what Reiki is also. It helps you to balance out your life force, your life energy. And so that's what Tai Chi and Qigong do. And they help you come into balance by regulating the nervous system. And both practices are really neat if you've never tried them. And you know what? You're on YouTube, so if you're curious after watching this video, just type in the search bar some Tai Chi or some Qigong and try it out. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of any of these. These are so many, this is such a great list of techniques and activities that anybody can use to regulate their nervous system. And as I've said in the first video, the key to this is to do these things multiple times a day, every day. And what I really want to know, especially after I've given you, I think, 19, right? And there's probably more that I'm missing. But what I really want to know is, can you do this? Or how about I call it a challenge, right? How about you do this for a week? 1 week. It's not going to kill you. 1 week of your life. Choose whichever ones you like. Choose 5. And do them at least, I'll give you a crazy number, let's do at least 5 a day. But every time you do it, you're really only doing the activity for 2 to 5 minutes. So it's not a lot of time. So even if you did a full 5 minutes of each activity, that only adds up to 25 minutes a day. Now, I know you spend a lot more time than that on your phone. Don't tell me that you don't. I don't want to hear it. I know that you play on your phone. I do. Everybody does. Let's just own it. So 5 times a day, every day for 1 week, try these activities, and please don't forget to come back and tell me what happened. I really, really, truly want to know. I think it would be so cool to do it as an experiment and see how many people we can get to do it. So please try them. Now, that is the end of this video, but I do want to mention that I'm trying to study, YouTube algorithms and things like that, and one of the things I'm learning is the sharing, the liking, the subscribing, all of that stuff. It helps to get your videos shown to more people. Oh my gosh, I forgot one more. This one's huge. Okay, so TRE. TRE is trauma and release exercise. I actually have a video on how to do TRE, and I'm going to film another video on the exercises you have to do before TRE. So please go and check that video if you're interested. Trauma and release exercise is literally just getting your psoas muscles to tremor. Your psoas muscle is from your spinal column right below the ribs, all the way down. It attaches to the top of the thigh bone, and that's your fight or flight muscle. That's the muscle that activates when you want to like run away from something, right? So we tend to hold a lot of stress in that area, and the muscles also get shortened even just from sitting in chairs all the time. So aside from the stress not the stress itself, the reaction to the stress, the tensing, those muscles can get shortened and they get really, really tight. And so TRE is a way to get them to shake on their own. It's actually a really fascinating modality, if you will. And I am so into it. I've been doing it well over a year now, and it's definitely helped me make a lot of progress. Most people who practice regularly practice 2 or 3 times a week. I'm still doing it almost every day, and I swear to God, this is why I am so much better than I was, and my brain is working better, even though I still get forgetful here and there. You might have noticed I trip on my words occasionally, but I'm doing so much better than I was. After I had what I call my huge breakdown, I couldn't even think. Like, I could barely have a conversation, and I've always fancied myself rather sharp-minded, and this was scary. I had what they call brain fog. My whole prefrontal cortex was like, see you later, alligator. Like, I just wasn't working. I was a mess. I was such a mess. And you know what? It was like hitting rock bottom, as they say when we talk about addiction and stuff like that. Like, I hit my bottom. And I had nowhere to go but up. And that was the point where I was able to, thank God, because my job, I was able to be out, take time out, and I was able to stay home and make healing my full-time job, and just changed my life. And that's the only reason I'm able to be here today and sit in front of a camera and do the videos and do the editing and just share this information with you and actually utilize my teaching skills, which I studied really hard for. My master's is actually in teaching, so I still get to use my teaching skills even if I'm not working in a school right now. That's okay, but I still get to share information with you, and especially something that I'm really passionate about and I really truly believe in. So that's the last one, and now I will edit the video to go back to the original ending that I had. And that's it. So as I was saying, and then I added the little bonus piece, please try these. Let me know how you feel. I really want to just help. I feel so much better, and I just want to help other people feel better too. So thanks for joining me. I hope that you sign up for more videos. There will be more. And if you have questions or anything, please don't hesitate. My email is actually in the description box below. I own a yoga studio. I'm happy to answer any questions. This is my business. This is what I do now. And also, put it in the comments, anything that you've tried. And if there's something that I've missed, please put it in the comments, because you'll be helping other people too. And that's what it's all about, right? Okay, have a lovely day. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.